Aging doesn't mean losing your strength. It means adapting. Yet most people believe that if they just keep walking, they'll stay fit and independent. But that's only half the truth. Walking is great for movement, but if it's the only thing you're doing, you're actually missing the most important parts of staying healthy after 70. Your body needs more than just steps. It needs strength, balance, flexibility, and joint protection. Without them, even the simplest tasks can become difficult. Imagine trying to stand up from a chair and suddenly realizing your legs don't have the power they used to. Imagine feeling your balance slipping and catching yourself just before a fall. Imagine waking up every morning with stiff joints, aching muscles, and less control over your body. That's not just aging. That's what happens when you don't train your body the right way. The good news? You can slow this process down, regain your strength, and even feel younger by making a few simple changes. And the last one I'll share is the most crucial, but almost no one talks about it. So stay with me, because this video will show you exactly what to do instead of just walking, so you can keep your independence, stay strong, and avoid the pain of losing mobility. Now let's begin with the first mistake that's quietly weakening your body. 1. Strength training, the key to staying independent. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't keep you strong. And after 70, losing strength is the biggest threat to your independence. Right now, as you're watching this, your body is going through a process called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. And the scariest part? You won't even notice it until it's too late. At first it's small. Lifting a bag feels slightly harder. Standing up takes a little more effort. But then, one day, you struggle to open a jar, carry groceries, or even stand up without holding on to something. That's not just weakness, it's muscle loss accelerating because your body isn't getting the right signals to stay strong. That's exactly what happened to Robert, 74. He walked every single day, believing it was enough. But then he noticed something. He couldn't lift a small box that once felt light. Getting up from the couch was harder than before. He thought it was just aging, but when he spoke to his doctor, he was shocked to learn the truth. Your muscles aren't disappearing because of age. They're disappearing because you're not using them properly. So Robert made a change. He started adding light resistance exercises, using resistance bands, doing simple squats, and lifting small weights. And within months, something incredible happened. He felt stronger. His balance improved. Even his energy levels increased. He realized that strength wasn't just about lifting things. It was about keeping his entire body stable, functional, and independent. If you've noticed yourself struggling to stand up, lift objects, or open jars, it's not just getting older, it's your muscles quietly fading away. But the good news? You can stop it. You can even reverse it. Here's a simple test. Try sitting in a chair and standing up without using your hands. If you can do it easily, that's great. But if you struggle, your muscles are already weakening, and if you don't act now, it will only get worse. So what should you do? Start small. Bodyweight exercises like squats and push-ups against a counter, resistance bands to gently challenge your muscles, light dumbbells or even household objects to build strength. Strength is the key to longevity, and after 70, it's one of the most important things you must protect. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, comment 1 below to let me know you're here. Your thoughts and comments are valuable to us. They motivate us to create even more helpful content like this. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Wisdom of Elderly so you never miss important health tips that can keep you strong and independent. Now let's move on to the next mistake, one that could lead to a devastating fall if you don't take it seriously. Number 2, balance and stability. Prevent falls before they happen. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't keep you steady. And after 70, losing your balance is one of the fastest ways to lose your independence. Falls are the leading cause of injury in older adults. Most people don't realize this until it happens to them or someone they love. One small misstep, one unexpected stumble, and suddenly a broken hip or fractured wrist can change your entire life. But here's the truth no one talks about. Most falls don't happen because your legs are weak. They happen because your balance is fading. Edward, 76, was always active. He walked every morning thinking it was enough to keep him strong, but one day as he stepped off a curb, his foot landed at an awkward angle. In an instant, he lost control and almost fell. He caught himself just in time, but that moment shook him. He realized how vulnerable he had become. When he went to his doctor, he expected to hear that his legs were weak. But instead, his doctor told him something surprising. His balance system was deteriorating because he wasn't training it. Walking wasn't enough, because walking doesn't challenge the small stabilizing muscles in the feet, ankles, and core. Without balance training, even a slight misstep could become a dangerous fall. So Edward started making small changes. He began practicing simple exercises, standing on one foot, shifting his weight from side to side, and walking heel to toe in a straight line. At first, it felt strange, but within weeks, something changed. He felt steadier. His confidence in his movements returned. And most importantly, he stopped living in fear of falling. Many people assume their balance is fine just because they've been walking their whole life. But balance isn't something that stays strong automatically. It declines unless you actively work on it. And the worst part? Most people don't realize their balance is slipping until they have a near fall. Or worse, an actual fall. Here's how you can test yourself right now. Stand near a counter for safety, then lift one foot off the ground. See if you can hold your balance for at least 10 seconds. If this feels easy, that's a great sign. But if you struggle, your balance is already weakening. And the sooner you start working on it, the better. Balance exercises don't require a gym or equipment. Simple movements like standing on one foot, walking in a straight line, or shifting your weight in a controlled way can dramatically improve your stability. And the benefits go beyond just preventing falls. Better balance improves posture, strengthens reflexes, and makes every movement feel smoother and more effortless. If you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to start prioritizing balance. Because the best way to prevent a fall isn't just to stay active, it's to train your body to stay steady. Now let's talk about something most people ignore. And it's one of the biggest reasons your joints feel stiff and painful every morning. Number 3, flexibility and mobility. Keep your joints young. Walking keeps your legs moving, but it doesn't keep your joints healthy. And after 70, stiffness isn't just uncomfortable, it's a warning sign. One day you wake up and notice something strange. Turning your head to look behind you feels tighter. Bending down to tie your shoe isn't as easy as it used to be. Reaching for something on a high shelf takes more effort. You shrug it off as just aging. But what if it's something else? That's exactly what happened to Walter, 78. He walked every morning thinking he was staying active, but over time, he started feeling stiff in ways he never had before. Getting out of bed in the morning was harder. His movements felt restricted, almost as if his body wasn't cooperating with him anymore. When he finally saw his doctor, he learned something shocking. It wasn't aging that was causing this. It was mobility loss, and it was getting worse because he wasn't doing anything to stop it. Most people don't realize this, but mobility isn't just about movement. It's about how well your joints can move through their full range. And when you only walk without stretching or mobility exercises, your joints gradually tighten. The problem is, this happens so slowly that you don't even notice until one day your body refuses to move the way you want it to. Walter's doctor gave him a simple plan. Every morning before walking, he added gentle stretching, controlled rotations, and simple flexibility movements. Within weeks, something amazing happened. His stiffness disappeared. His movements felt effortless again. Even his posture improved. He realized that walking alone had been keeping his legs moving, but it wasn't keeping his joints mobile. Right now, you can test your flexibility. Stand up straight and slowly turn your head as far as you can to one side, then the other. Does it feel smooth, or do you feel tightness? If you notice restrictions, your flexibility is already declining, and now is the time to do something about it. The best part? Fixing this doesn't take hours of stretching, just a few minutes a day of simple movements, neck rotations, shoulder rolls, knee to chest stretches, can make all the difference. These exercises keep your joints lubricated, prevent stiffness, and allow your body to move freely for years to come. Mobility loss is not inevitable, but if you don't take action, it will sneak up on you, until one day you realize you can't move the way you used to. If you're still watching and learning something new, comment 3 below to let me know you're here. Your feedback helps us understand what truly matters to you, and it inspires us to make content that's even more useful. Don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom of Elderly so you always have the knowledge to keep your body healthy and active. Now let's talk about something even more serious, your posture. Because if you ignore this, it could be the reason you struggle with back pain, stiffness, and even breathing problems. 4. Core and posture, the foundation of strength. Walking keeps your legs in motion, but it does almost nothing for your core. And after 70, a weak core doesn't just lead to back pain. It can destroy your posture, weaken your balance, and even make breathing more difficult. At first, it's subtle. You notice your shoulders rounding forward. You catch yourself slouching more often. Standing up straight feels like more effort than it used to. Then one day you look in the mirror and realize you don't stand the way you used to. That's exactly what happened to Harold, 75. He had always been active, taking long walks every morning. But over the years, his lower back started aching more frequently. His posture changed without him realizing it. And no matter how much he walked, the discomfort never went away. When he finally saw his doctor, he was told something surprising. Walking wasn't the problem, but relying on it alone was. His core was weak, and that weakness was affecting everything, from his balance to his breathing. A strong core isn't just about looking fit. It's what keeps your spine stable, your movements controlled, and your posture strong. And when your core weakens, your body compensates in dangerous ways. Your lower back takes on more stress, leading to stiffness and pain. Your shoulders hunch forward, making you look older and reducing your lung capacity. Your balance suffers, increasing your risk of falls. It's a slow decline, but once it starts, it gets worse fast. Harold's doctor recommended simple core activation exercises. He started with seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, and gentle abdominal bracing. Within weeks, he noticed a huge difference. His back pain eased, his posture naturally straightened. Even his breathing felt easier. He realized something powerful. Posture isn't just about standing up straight. It's about having the strength to hold yourself up. Right now, you can test yourself. Stand against a wall with your head, shoulders, and hips touching. Does it feel natural? Or do you have to force yourself upright? If it feels unnatural, that's a sign your posture needs work. And the sooner you start, the better. The best part? Fixing this doesn't require hours in a gym. Simple movements, engaging your core while sitting, practicing controlled rotations, or even standing tall for a few seconds a day, can activate the deep stabilizing muscles that keep your body strong and upright. If you ignore this, the effects will only get worse. But if you start today, you can reverse years of poor posture, reduce back pain, and regain the strength to move with confidence. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, comment 4 below to let me know you're here. Now let's talk about something that could be making your joint pain worse. Because if you're walking too much, you might be damaging your joints instead of protecting them. Number 5, joint protection and low impact movements. Reduce strain before it's too late. Walking is a great way to stay active, but if it's your only form of movement, it could be putting unnecessary strain on your joints. And after 70, that strain can mean the difference between staying mobile or living with daily pain. At first, it's just stiffness. Your knees feel tight after a long walk. Your hips ache when you sit down. Your lower back starts to feel sore more often. You assume it's just part of aging, until one day you realize that even short walks leave you feeling uncomfortable. That's exactly what happened to Raymond, 77. He walked daily, believing it was the best thing for his health. But over time, his knees became stiff, his ankles ached, and his lower back started to hurt more frequently. He couldn't understand why. He was staying active, wasn't he? When he spoke to his doctor, he got an answer he never expected. Walking wasn't the problem. The problem was that he was only walking. As we age, cartilage wears down, joint fluid decreases, and repetitive impact takes a toll. Walking alone doesn't strengthen the muscles that support your joints, and over time that weakness leads to more pain and stiffness. It's not aging that makes your joints hurt, it's the lack of joint supporting movement. Raymond's doctor gave him a new plan. Instead of walking every day, he started alternating his routine with low-impact exercises. He added gentle swimming, cycling, and flexibility-based movements. And within a few weeks, something amazing happened. His joint pain decreased. His body felt looser. He could still walk, but now he could enjoy it without discomfort. Right now, you can test your joints. Try sitting down in a chair and slowly standing up without using your hands. Pay attention to how your knees and hips feel. Do they move smoothly, or do they feel stiff and achy? If you notice discomfort, that's your body telling you your joints need more care, and now is the time to act. The best way to protect your joints isn't to stop moving, it's to move the right way. Low-impact movements like water exercises, cycling, Tai Chi, and even simple chair-based stretches help increase blood flow, improve joint lubrication, and strengthen the muscles that keep your joints pain-free. And the benefits go far beyond just comfort. When your joints feel good, you move better, sleep better, and stay independent longer. If you've been walking daily but still feel stiffness or pain, it's time to rethink your routine. Protecting your joints now ensures better mobility, less stiffness, and greater ease of movement for years to come. Now let's wrap this up, because these 5 things could be the key to keeping your body strong, mobile, and independent for life. Take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. If you've been relying only on walking for exercise, you might not have realized how much your body actually needs more than just steps to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. After 70, your focus should shift toward protecting muscle mass, improving balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing joint strain. These aren't just minor details. They are the difference between staying active and independent or struggling with daily movement. Many people assume that aging means slowing down, but the truth is your body is still capable of improving at any age. Whether you need to work on strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small changes can make a huge difference in how you move, how you feel, and how long you stay independent. The key is to start now. Muscle, balance, and joint health don't decline overnight. They fade gradually. But the good news, that means you have the power to slow it down or even reverse it. So which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, balance, or mobility? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it to your life. Your thoughts are important to us, and reading your comments gives us the motivation to keep creating content that helps you live a stronger, healthier life. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue bringing you valuable health tips that can make a real difference. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.